मुझे मत कुचलना हाथी, मैं क्या बोल जाऊंगा। मम्मी बचाओ, ये हाथी मुझे उठा कर ले जा रहा है। अरे वो हाथी छोड़ दे मेरे बाबू को। मम्मी और तेज दौड़ो और मुझे बचाओ।
Oh no!
चिंकी बाबू को तो हाथी उठा कर ले जा रही है और मम्मी भी उसके पीछे पीछे दौड़ रही है। तो अब क्या करें चिंटू, चल हम भी उस हाथी का पीछा करते हैं। मम्मी मम्मी बचाओ मुझे, मैं डूब रहा हूँ। अरे कोई तो निकालो मुझे यहाँ से। मम्मी अभी तक नहीं आई मुझे बचाने के लिए, लगता है अब ना बच पाऊंगा। मम्मी मम्मी जल्दी मुझे बचाओ हाथी से। ये बड़ा हाथी मुझे उठाकर पता नहीं कहाँ लेकर जा रहा है। मेरे बाबू को छोड़ दे हाथी, उसे कुछ मत कर। अरे हाथी छोड़ दे मुझे, चुप कर और चल मेरे साथ। मेरा बाबू एक कुएं में गिर गया है, तुम्हें उस कुएं में से उसे बाहर निकालना है। क्या तुम्हारा बाबू कुएं में गिर गया है? हाँ, इसीलिए तो तुम्हें पकड़ कर ले जा रही हूँ वहाँ। ये कुआं तो बहुत गहरा है, मैं अकेले नहीं निकल पाऊंगा यहाँ से। मम्मी! बाबू बाबू, मैं इंसान को लेकर आ गई। अब ये इंसान तुम्हें कुएं में से बाहर निकाल देगा। तो जल्दी कहो निकालने के लिए, ये पानी बहुत ठंडा है। चल इधर आ इंसान और कुएं में से निकाल मेरे बाबू को बाहर। अरे बाप रे, तुम्हारा हाथी बाबू तो बहुत बड़ा और मोटा है और मैं तो बहुत छोटा हूँ, मैं नहीं निकाल पाऊंगा उसे। क्या? अरे माई रे, दौड़ते दौड़ते मेरी सांसें फूलने लगी हैं। पता नहीं वो हाथी बाबू को लेकर कहाँ चली गई। अरे मम्मी बाबू कहाँ है? एक बड़ा हाथी उसे उठा कर ले गया उधर। तो चलो हम भी उधर चलते हैं। नहीं नहीं, मैं अब और आगे नहीं जा सकती। मुझे उठा कर ले चलो। चिंटू तू पकड़ मम्मी के दोनों हाथ, मैं पैर पकड़ती हूँ। अब चल चिंटू आ। अरे हाथी थोड़ा और नीचे करो मुझे, मेरा हाथ तुम्हारे बाबू तक नहीं पहुँच पा रहा है। हाँ करती हूँ। अबे वो छोटा हाथी जल्दी से पकड़ मेरे हाथ को, मैं तुम्हें ऊपर खींच लूंगा। अरे अरे इंसान का बच्चा, तुम्हारा हाथ उखड़ जाएगा, तू मुझे नहीं उठा पाएगा। चल पकड़ मेरा हाथ जल्दी। ठीक है पकड़ता हूँ। अब मैंने तुम्हारे हाथी बाबू का सूंड पकड़ लिया है, अब जल्दी से मुझे खींचो ऊपर। अब खींच रही हूँ तुम्हें। बाप रे मत खींच हाथी, मेरा हाथ टूट जाएगा। देखो चिंटू और चिंकी, वो रहा हाथी कुएं के पास। जल्दी लेकर चलो वहाँ मुझे। मम्मी अब तो खुद से चल लो वहाँ तक, हम दोनों की हालत खराब हो गई है तुम्हें उठाते उठाते। अरे थोड़ी ही दूर तो और जाना है, बस ऐसे ही चलते रहो। खींचो जल्दी मुझे, खींचो ऊपर हाथी, मैं नहीं निकाल पाऊंगा इस मोटे हाथी को। अरे पकड़ मेरे बाबू को और उसे ऊपर खींच। नहीं नहीं, मुझे ऊपर खींचो। अरे लेकिन उस हाथी के पास तो हमारा बाबू नहीं दिख रहा, कहीं वो हाथी बाबू को खा तो नहीं गया। चुप कर पगला कहीं का, हाथी इंसानों को नहीं खाता। अरे वो हाथी जल्दी खींचना रे मुझे ऊपर। ठीक है आजा ऊपर साले। बाप रे, उल्टा लटकते लटकते सब कुछ उल्टा दिखने लगा है मुझे। मम्मी वो देखो, बाबू उस कुएं में से बाहर निकला है, लगता है हाथी ने बाबू को कुएं में फेंक दिया था। अरे वो बाबू जल्दी से भाग कर आ जा यहाँ। अरे तुम सब जल्दी से यहाँ आओ कुएं के पास। नहीं नहीं, हम वहाँ नहीं आएंगे। अरे जल्दी यहाँ आओ, इस कुएं में इस हाथी का बाबू गिर गया है, उसे निकालना है। क्या? जल्दी चलो रे सब वहाँ। जल्दी यहाँ से तो सच में एक छोटा हाथी कुएं में गिर गया है।
Skeptics questioned the authenticity of the gesture, wondering if it was staged or motivated by publicity. Why would someone like Barron Trump do something like this? One comment read, "Seems too good to be true." Barron, of course, remained blissfully unaware of the brewing online storm. He spent the flight quietly reading a book and occasionally exchanging pleasantries with the passengers seated beside him. For those in the immediate vicinity, it was clear that he wasn't seeking attention or validation. He was just being himself, unassuming, polite, and thoughtful. Toward the end of the flight, the young mother, now much more relaxed, approached Barron in the economy section. Her voice was soft but filled with emotion. "I just wanted to thank you again," she said, her eyes glistening with tears. "You didn't have to do that, but you did. I don't even know how to repay you." Barron looked up at her, his expression gentle. "You don't need to repay me," he said simply. "I just hope it made your flight a little easier." Her gratitude was evident in every word. "It did, more than you know. People like you, they remind me that kindness still exists." Their exchange, though brief, left a lasting impression on everyone who overheard it. It was a reminder that even the smallest gestures, offered with sincerity, could have a profound impact on someone else's life. As the plane prepared to land, the passengers began gathering their belongings. Barron, unbothered by the usual economy class scramble, waited patiently for his turn to disembark. As he stepped off the plane, a few people stopped him to shake his hand or offer a word of thanks. "You've inspired us all," one passenger said, her voice full of admiration. By the time the plane landed, Barron's act of kindness had already started to resonate beyond the confines of the aircraft. A few passengers, inspired by what they had witnessed, shared their stories online. Their posts quickly gained traction, accompanied by candid photos of Barron seated in the economy section. Captions ranged from, "A small gesture can mean the world," to, "Barron Trump reminds us what true kindness looks like." Social media lit up as the story spread. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook were flooded with comments and shares, making number sign Barron's act trend within hours. People from all walks of life weighed in, sharing their admiration and reflecting on the power of small, thoughtful actions. "This is what we need more of in the world," one user wrote. "Kindness doesn't cost a thing, but its value is immeasurable." Another added, "Regardless of who his family is or what people say about them, this moment proves Barron Trump is his own person." But as with all viral moments, the internet divided into camps. While the overwhelming majority praised Barron's humility, skeptics questioned his motives. "Was this a genuine act or just another PR stunt?" one comment read, sparking debates across forums. In response, passengers who had been on the flight came forward to defend Barron. "I was there," one passenger posted. "I saw the whole thing unfold. There were no cameras, no publicity. It was just a boy who saw someone in need and acted out of pure kindness." The young mother also joined the conversation. Speaking to a local news outlet, she recounted the moment with tears in her eyes. "I was exhausted, overwhelmed, and honestly at my wit's end. What Barron did, it was selfless. He didn't have to give up his seat, but he did, and it changed everything for me and my kids. I'll never forget that." Her words struck a chord with the public, adding a deeply personal layer to the story. For many, it became a symbol of how even the smallest acts of kindness could create ripples far beyond their original intention. Media attention and public discourse. Soon, mainstream media outlets picked up the story. Headlines like, "Barron Trump's thoughtful gesture goes viral," and "A Trump family member shows a different side" dominated the news cycle. Talk show hosts, journalists, and commentators weighed in, discussing the broader implications of the story. "Regardless of your political views," one journalist noted, "this moment reminds us that character is not about where you sit or who you are. It's about what you do." Political analysts also chimed in, debating whether this event would influence public perceptions of the Trump family. "While Barron has largely stayed out of the spotlight," one commentator said, "this act humanizes him in a way that's rare for someone in his position." For Barron, however, the attention was both unexpected and unwelcome. Back at home, he brushed off the media frenzy with his characteristic humility. When asked about the incident by a family member, he reportedly said, I just did what felt right. It wasn't a big deal. A broader conversation on kindness. As the days went on, the story sparked a broader conversation about kindness in everyday life. Social media users began sharing their own stories of generosity and selflessness, often using the hashtag Barron's Act to inspire others. Schools and organizations highlighted the moment as an example of empathy and humility, encouraging young people to follow Barron's lead. One teacher posted, "I shared this story with my students today, and we had a beautiful discussion about the power of small gestures." Barron Trump's act was a reminder that no matter who you are, you can make a difference. The story even inspired a campaign by a nonprofit organization focused on promoting random acts of kindness. Using the hashtag #Barron's Act, they encouraged people to share their own acts of compassion, creating a wave of positivity